What is an atom? An atom is the basic unit of matter, consisting of protons, neutrons, and electrons. What are the subatomic particles of an atom? The subatomic particles of an atom are protons, neutrons, and electrons. What is the charge of a proton? A proton has a positive charge. What is the charge of an electron? An electron has a negative charge. What is the charge of a neutron? A neutron has no charge, it is neutral. Where are protons and neutrons located in an atom? Protons and neutrons are located in the nucleus, at the center of an atom. Where are electrons located in an atom? Electrons are located outside the nucleus, in energy levels or shells. What is the atomic number of an atom? The atomic number of an atom is the number of protons it contains. It determines the element to which the atom belongs. What is an isotope? An isotope is an atom of the same element that has a different number of neutrons, resulting in a different mass number. What is an ion? An ion is a charged particle that forms when an atom gains or loses electrons. What is an anion? An anion is a negatively charged ion formed when an atom gains electrons. What is a cation? A cation is a positively charged ion formed when an atom loses electrons. How do atoms combine to form compounds? Atoms combine to form compounds through chemical bonds, which can be ionic or covalent. What is an ionic bond? An ionic bond is a chemical bond formed between oppositely charged ions. What is a covalent bond? A covalent bond is a chemical bond formed by the sharing of electrons between atoms. What determines the chemical properties of an atom? The number and arrangement of electrons determine the chemical properties of an atom. What is an electron shell? An electron shell, or energy level, is a region around the nucleus where electrons are found. How many electrons can the first electron shell hold? The first electron shell can hold a maximum of 2 electrons. How many electrons can the second electron shell hold? The second electron shell can hold a maximum of 8 electrons. What happens when an atom undergoes a chemical reaction? During a chemical reaction, atoms rearrange their bonds to form new substances while maintaining the same number of atoms and overall charge. What is an ion? How is it formed? Answer: an ion is a charged particle formed when an atom gains or loses electrons. When an atom gains electrons, it forms a negatively charged ion, and when it loses electrons, it forms a positively charged ion. What is the periodic table of elements? How is it organized? Answer: the periodic table is a tabular arrangement of chemical elements, organized based on their atomic number, electron configuration, and recurring chemical properties. It is divided into periods and groups. What is the significance of the valence electrons in chemical reactions? Answer: valence electrons are the electrons in the outermost energy level of an atom. They play a crucial role in chemical reactions as they determine an atom's ability to form bonds with other atoms. The number and arrangement of valence electrons influence the atom's reactivity and chemical properties. What is the difference between an exothermic and endothermic reaction? Answer: in an exothermic reaction, energy is released to the surroundings in the form of heat or light. The products have lower energy than the reactants. In contrast, an endothermic reaction absorbs energy from the surroundings, resulting in products with higher energy than the reactants. What is the difference between a cation and an anion? Answer: a cation is a positively charged ion formed when an atom loses one or more electrons. It has more protons than electrons. An anion, on the other hand, is a negatively charged ion formed when an atom gains one or more electrons.
It has more electrons than protons. What is the difference between a ground state and an excited state of an atom? Answer: the ground state of an atom refers to the lowest energy state that the electrons occupy. In this state, electrons are in their most stable arrangement. An excited state occurs when electrons absorb energy and move to higher energy levels. They are temporary and unstable, and electrons eventually return to the ground state by releasing the excess energy. What is electron spin and how does it contribute to the magnetic properties of atoms? Answer: electron spin is an intrinsic property of electrons that gives rise to their magnetic behavior. It describes the rotation of an electron around its own axis. The spin can be either up or down, represented by the spin quantum number. The combination of spin orientations in an atom contributes to its overall magnetic properties. How does electron affinity affect the reactivity of an atom? Answer: electron affinity is the energy change when an atom gains an electron. It affects the reactivity of an atom by indicating its ability to accept an additional electron. Atoms with high electron affinity tend to be more reactive as they readily accept electrons, while those with low electron affinity are less reactive. Explain the concept of ionization potential and its relationship to the stability of an atom. Answer: ionization potential is the energy required to remove an electron from an atom or ion. It reflects the stability of an atom, as atoms with high ionization potential have tightly held electrons and are more stable. In general, noble gases have the highest ionization potentials due to their complete electron shells. What is the significance of the noble gases in the periodic table? Answer: the noble gases, such as helium, neon, and argon, are characterized by having a full outer electron shell. They are chemically stable and have low reactivity. Their electronic configuration makes them useful for applications like lighting, as well as serving as reference points in chemical reactions.